Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I'm surprised Vitzvin has to continue to put up with this kind of crap. He did put this out on Twitter just yesterday, and Panos felt like he should retweet this comment just to get ahead of this in case this will find its way into some crypto news outlet. Can you recognize the sarcasm? Somebody here accusing developers of just kind of grifting, of just kind of taking advantage of us. This person says, you and a lot of these other developers have no business plan. You're just attempting to find a way to tax the entire XRP ledger before the banks show their hand. They actually have business. You are just a loser trying to extort a toll in the name of the XRP army. Go to XLM, which was designed for retail. You are not bank grade. You never will be. The world needs Ripple. They have a purpose in establishing world peace, yada, yada. Only XRP in its current form is optimized for world payments, and trashing it with your lousy ideas are going to mess it up. Just go away. Vitzvin did respond here, okay, with sarcasm. We'll execute on the public ledger only, and one Ripple actually promotes for retail use so they can execute on other plans. We will leave Ripple's private ledger alone for banks and world peace. Yours, Vitz. So yeah, being facetious here, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be criticized when you're actually working to develop more use cases, to gain more traction, and to drive more utility to the XRP ledger, something that XRP holders are all going to benefit from someday. So Panos' comment was, it's 2024 and some people, unfortunately, they are XRP holders, still don't understand how public decentralized networks such as the XRP ledger work, thinking it was created for banks. This is so embarrassing. The number one enemy of XRP and the XRPL is not Bitcoin maxis and outsiders anymore. It is within the ecosystem, some members of the XRP community itself that lack understanding of the asset they are holding and the network they are transacting on. Now, I would tend to agree and disagree to some degree. Now, when he says the XRP ledger was designed for banks, that it is only for institutional, to a point, I think that is true. I think that it does open it up. I think that, if retail or if use cases can be developed on the XRP ledger for retail, that is certainly a bonus. Every type of utility drives more utility to the XRPL, guys. And ultimately, what it means is the more demand there is for XRP, whether it is through institutional grade or retail payment systems, it is beneficial to us as XRP holders, and we should not ever forget that. So wanted to thank Vitzvin and Panos just for posting that. When it comes to scandals and scams and, holding XRP down, well, that is a whole other ball of wax. Cowboy Crypto here posting this. The guy harping for Ethereum in the video was Brian Kelly, who is the founder of BKCM Funds, who partnered with Rex Shares to launch Rex BKCM ETF in May of 2018, 1 month before the ETHgate free pass. And you know what he said here in this clip? Again, this was back from 2018. So don't think for a second they were not trying to keep XRP down. Listen to this.
There's so many things that are very important about what the SEC said today that clears the way for, let's say, Ether.
What does that mean for like an XRP? An XRP, from the way I understand it, it's a technology solution that you don't necessarily need to use the coin to transact on the platform. So what happens to an XRP? How does a Ripple...
So XRP, I think, is still in limbo here. Whether or not XRP is a security, I think for that particular coin, we're going to have to wait on it because there's a relationship between Ripple the coin and Ripple the company.
Is there any trade in your view in terms of some of the coins that are there that were struggling in regulatory limbo and may now be considered commodities and so then may be listed on Coinbase and may get that pop?
I mean, the easiest is Ethereum, right? That's what's been overhanging this entire thing is, was Ethereum a security? Very clearly said it's not a security. So that to me is the best one.
So just be aware, guys, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this by now. Rex Shares investor Bruno Del Ama is invested alongside JP Morgan in a company called Global X. So there's a definite link to the culprits with that relationship. Brian Kelly's BKCM is invested in a company called Yumi alongside none other than Consensus, and they formed that partnership in 2021. To top it off, Brian Kelly happens to be an ICO advisor at StormX, where Steven Narioff was accused of extortion. StormX also had an investor named Plug and Play, where Bill Hinman's son is Director of Enterprise Technology. So some interesting tidbits here, some great facts courtesy of Cowboy Crypto on Twitter. Just remember, though, around the rest of the world, Ripple is already considered a regulator crypto service provider. This one courtesy of Subjective Views. Just bringing this up, okay, from Singapore FinTech Report. They are considered a regulated crypto service provider alongside companies like Coinbase, Circle, Blockchain.com, FOMOPay, Signum, Ripple, all listed here. Now, FOMOPay and Signum also Ripple partners. Notice this, Subjective Views did do us the courtesy of highlighting all the Ripple partners in this spreadsheet. So we've got Airwallex as well, Lulu Money, Neum, TerraPay, Thunes, Temenos, Finastra as digital banking solutions. Payment providers include ACI Worldwide, again, FOMOPay, TerraPay, and Thunes, and Neum down here as a neobank. So guys, again, regulated in the rest of the world, not so much in the United States, but I think that is going to change very, very soon. Singapore's 10 largest fintech funding rounds in 2024, and you can see that Neum was in the top 10. So just remember what you hold. Remember that, the price today does not reflect where XRP could and chances are will go in the future. Now, gigantic XRP whales was birthed with 104 million XRP, this courtesy of XRP Crypto Wolf. We're noticing large transactions, okay, large volumes of XRP being transferred, probably because they're ramping up into the election when we could in fact see that FOMO pop off. If you guys didn't catch the video I did this morning, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. A Trump victory could mean so many things for the crypto space. Whale Alert reported 104.9 million XRP worth about $52.3 million was transferred from an unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. The identities of both the sending and receiving wallets remain unknown, adding intrigue to the transaction. So could be an ODL exchange, but could be a private trade. Somebody's moving their XRP. The whale's entry into the market comes at a pivotal time for Ripple and the broader XRP ecosystem. Ripple recently released their Q3 2024 report, which highlighted growth for the XRP ecosystem and the crypto market beyond. I think, we're all in anticipation of this 2025 euphoric stage for the bull run. And for more information on what I'm doing, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I'm completely transparent with my portfolio. Again, it is just what I'm doing. And if you guys are interested, you can follow along. It is only $5 a month for now. And this is the time, guys. This is, what we've all been waiting for over the last 3 years, the euphoria phase, that final push to the upside. We've been keeping ourselves busy with research, connecting Ripple partners to more potential use cases and to a potentially higher price for XRP for the long term. Guys, here's another one. Airwallex is reportedly in talks over a fresh $200 million investment, and that would give a new valuation of $6 billion. So Airwallex is reportedly looking to raise another $200 million from investors at a company valuation of $6 billion, according to a recent Bloomberg report. The fintech unicorn, founded in Melbourne, is headquartered in Singapore and raised about $100 million through a Series E extension 2 years ago. But they've recently said, as a rapidly scaling company, we are always in dialogue with investors about our performance and growth plans, with an investor base featuring the likes of SquarePeg, Salesforce Ventures, Sequoia Capital, China, Lone Pine Capital, Hermitage Capital, 1835i Ventures, and Tencent, among others. Airwallex has raised over $900 million, so almost $1 billion in funding to date. And another $200 million would bring it over that $1 billion mark to $1.1 billion. The fintech has leveraged these funds to expand its platform in new markets in Asia, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America, where it did acquire Mexican payment service provider MexPago last year, following more than 460% year-on-year revenue growth. So you guys can see, I think MexPago also did use Ripple before they were acquired. Now they have been acquired by a larger company, in this case Airwallex, who has been running on Ripple for quite a while. So this has been one of those strategies over the last almost decade where we have seen these Ripple partners get so successful that they think to themselves, well, we can be the next big thing in our region. And so they go on an acquiring spree, acquiring these smaller companies. And this is just a perfect example of that. Airwallex acquiring MexPago, but they're also now looking to expand, looking to find another $200 million from investors. So some great news there coming from Airwallex, guys. I also happen to see this from DirectPay. They're partnering up with TerraPay to deliver virtual card payments to promote cross-border payment solutions for travel agencies worldwide. And if you guys don't know, TerraPay is a Ripple partner, and DirectPay is part of the Sabre Corporation, a leading software and technology company that powers the global travel industry. And TerraPay is a company obviously focusing on cross-border payments and money movement. Under this new agreement, Sabre DirectPay will offer an enhanced service to travel agencies, including the ability to send bank transfers instantly through TerraPay's vast network, covering 144 plus receive countries and 210 plus send countries. This would cover about 7.5 billion bank accounts worldwide and 2.4 billion mobile wallets. Check it out down here. This agreement marks a significant step in transforming the travel payments landscape by integrating our virtual card technology and our SaberPay pay platform with TerraPay's robust payment solutions. We are enhancing the payment experience for travel agencies, making it faster, more reliable, and cost-effective. So finding out that, the travel industry, obviously a very big industry, well, they can tap into that. And, for cross-border payments, if you're traveling from one jurisdiction to another, of course, cross-border payments are front and center in the travel industry, are very important. So we need a system that can, seamlessly transfer value, in this case, leveraging the XRP ledger over TerraPay's network for the direct pay company to be able to provide to their clients. This collaboration comes at a crucial time as Sabre Direct Pay continues to build on its technology to meet evolving customer expectations in the travel industry. So that's the other thing, right? If you're traveling, you probably want to have a seamless experience. You do not want any friction there, having problems with your, bank account or credit cards or anything like that. So obviously they're seeing a benefit to doing this. Anyway, I will leave both these articles in the description of the video if you guys are interested in checking them out further. Guys, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the RLUSD. Some are suggesting that we're going to see this being launched after the election, so coming very, very soon. I know Ripple has already said they're going to be releasing it in Q4 of 2024, and we're finding ourselves there right now. And so some clips from Ripple's swell a few weeks ago have recently emerged. This one courtesy of Mr. Man. Uphold, integrating the RLUSD, enhancing B2B customer payouts. Listen to this.
Share that vision, and certainly the bet that we're making at Ripple. Everything that Ripple does has very much of a compliance forward approach. As I think everybody knows, we've applied for a stablecoin license through Standard Custody and Trust, which Ripple acquired this summer. And our objective is to issue a stablecoin through a trust company, which is a significant differentiator. Our expectation is that that's really going to matter to the institutional community. There are a lot of people using the incumbents today, the largest being effectively unregulated, and people are really attracted to the liquidity, and that regulation doesn't so much drive their behavior, in part maybe a dearth of alternatives, but also just given how a lot of the investors operate, regulation is not at the top of their forefront of their mind. But Nancy, you touched on it. How much do you think being regulatory compliant is going to matter to this next stage of the evolution of the stablecoin market or crypto in general?
I think it's going to be super important. I think clarity is good. So clarity of how we can use it, what we can use, how we want to bring it to the market is always helpful. And I think, the industry would like clarity from the regulators. I also think that when we look at, we've talked about the retail side, when we look at our B2B side, we are really an infrastructure platform. So we can serve retail, we can serve institutions, we can serve enterprises. But what we find on the enterprise side is there are a lot of people trying to figure out payouts, right? Either trying to figure out this gig economy, trying to figure out cross-border payments. And so we have a lot of companies coming to us saying, hey, you have the technology for us to seamlessly be able to pay out, go cross-borderless, do all these things. And when we bring a solution to them, the idea that that solution is nicely regulated and follows all the rules, then it's easier for them to adopt. It's easier for them to put into their platform itself because they have responsibilities as well. So I think it fosters growth not only on the retail side for clarity, but I think on the B2B side as well, because people are more comfortable to get into the game. And I think that will foster the volume that we want to see.
It's interesting because we know that this is where the regs are going. Everybody is clamoring to get into stablecoins, the B2B side, business to business, customer payouts. This is why Uphold is, why they have decided to partner up with Ripple for this exact reason. Uphold's features like high interest accounts and instant withdrawals complement this, providing a compliant, global, accessible solution for businesses seeking reliable and seamless financial operations across borders. So on top of that, guys, we're going to need the liquidity. Here's another clip, courtesy of Andrew DeVilbus, about the market and how we're going to see this liquidity increase. Listen to this.
I think this is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar market by the end of the decade. And so, A, how do you respond to that thesis? And if so, what kind of drivers do you see happening that are going to take us from 175 billion to 5 trillion? Start with you, Bobby.
Sure. Yeah. So, well, firstly, as you all know, the stable coin has already played such a crucial role in the development of the ecosystem. I kind of think of it as not the only one, but maybe the first kind of killer use case around crypto. And what it has done is it's just reduced frictions, in terms of transfer of value, and in terms of collateral, and even in terms of lending, and in terms of many, many things. When you look forward, though, I think the rest of the traditional financial services marketplace is now waking up to the importance of this, and we're going to see significant growth. And there's a couple of things that are necessary for that. I think, firstly, we'll have to figure out kind of interoperability. There's quite a few quality projects out there, many of which lack the ingredients, I think, but we're going to have to solve for that. The other thing that's interesting is different fiat currencies. It's not just USD anymore. There's Euro, there's Real, there's other things that are gaining traction, and I think that's really important too. And then finally, maybe it's a question. I think when I think of the future of stablecoins, I think about the FX marketplace, which is ginormous, $7 trillion or something like that. What does stablecoins mean for that? Blockchain seems to be a much more natural and secure way to do what happens in FX markets.
So this is how we're going to get the stablecoin market from what it is today, $175 billion to $5 trillion, according to Bobby Zagoda, the CEO of Bitstamp. So he talks about foreign exchange, tokenization of fiat currencies, is unlocking alpha not only for the foreign market exchange, but it's also unlocking stability for nations issuing debt instruments. So it's all working together, guys. All these projects are working somewhat in conjunction with one another. I happen to see this too from the Wrath of Kahneman. Archax recently signed with Ripple to bring hundreds of millions of tokenized real-world assets onto the XRP ledger in the coming year. So they're looking at 2025 as the year that tokenized assets are going to be finally exchanged on the XRP ledger. UK-regulated digital asset exchange and custodian Archax has acquired Spanish broker King & Shaxton Capital Markets, which was formed in 2019. Subject to regulatory approvals, this allows Archax to extend its footprint into Europe as a regulated brokerage, multilateral trading facility, and custodian. It also plans to add crypto derivatives. So they are acquiring this Spanish broker, and this is obviously going to give them a bigger foot in the door in Europe. Archax initially started by focusing on providing a digital securities marketplace, but quickly expanded into a crypto exchange. They also became a token asset manager too. The exchange lists funds from Aberdeen, BlackRock, and Fidelity International. And guys, here's what Graham Rodford said from Archax. The Archax strategy has always been to expand its regulatory footprint globally. And with the EU region being of prime importance for us post-Brexit, this acquisition expands and enhances our access to permissions with the EU region, building on those we hold with the FCA in the UK. So they are specifically aiming to, targeting most of Europe, complying with these regulatory requirements. It should also be noted too that earlier this month, Archax did ink a deal with another EU MIFID regulated entity, Acetera, enabling cross-listing and digital securities for both parties, or by both parties rather. So guys, Archax here also in the news, looking to expand. Remember, Archax already has tokenized money market funds from between Aberdeen and BlackRock and anticipates a series of XRPL investment managers. This came out a few months ago, Wrath of Kahneman just reminding us of that. Also, they do have a partnership through Metaco. It began through Metaco. So guys, it's all connected. Archax, it connected to the XRP ledger. Graham Rodford is the CEO, who did say, $30 to $50 trillion could in fact be tokenized over Archax on the XRP ledger in due time. It looks as though they are looking to start this in 2025. But first, we need liquidity in the market. We need the euphoria. We need the FOMO to kick in. We need these tokens to get up high before 2025 looks promising. But guys, I'm pretty confident considering these guys are already saying, we're looking to do this within the next year. And they put this out just last week. So think about it for a second, guys. They are pretty much predicting a huge rally in token price, a huge rally in volume for cryptocurrencies like XRP and value, guys. These prices need to be high in order to target these large types of transactions. But that's just my opinion. And for more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for only $5 a month. Again, just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.